Hi beautifuls, welcome back. A very punchy intro. I'm Yildiz from Yildiz Readings. I'm a psychic medium. I cover the astrology and twin flame path. This week we're having a look at your energy surrounding romance for your zodiac sign. I do have the members zone that does coaching relating to twin flame path where we can speak candidly and privately if that's something you're interested in. But very separately, I do come to you regularly live for the twin flame updates. So with this video, we're going to tune into your romance zone. If you do want a private booking, the link is below. Love and light, guys. Grab a cuppa, relax, and let's get into your energy update for this week with the extension read after in the members zone. Hey Leo, we're here to do your read. I'm dressed in a blanket because we're having a cold front coming through. We're going to tune into your read. For those of you that don't know, I'm a psychic medium, a twin flame coach. I'm in union. So if you need coaching related to that, join the channel. I do lives regularly, as well as we have super chat, and if you need a booking, the link is below. Anything else? Members zone, we do private coaching there, and that is if you have something really private you want to talk about that you feel uncomfortable speaking about and you can't afford a reading, you can go through to that room and we can talk candidly about those circumstances. You have an interesting read. Now, I don't know why. The feeling I'm getting is moving into about the third week, even though this is for the second week, moving to the third. I feel the way you're going to be coming to the table can be very much, how do I put it? Probably doing better than the collective. Let me put it that way. We did have the full moon in Leo. You can be really looking at situations in your love life, and I'm holding the Ruin book because I have selected one for you. Really coming to the table, to a point where you're probably doing better than everyone because of the full moon in Leo. So you may be fiercely wanting to move forward, facing a shadow, looking at your connections and going, right, who am I? What do I want? And the reason I'm saying that is because it's coming through on your own. So you can be coming through very assertive. Now, you may be looking at toxic patterns. You may be looking at your passion and why you feel the way you do with the citron. Creativity flows through me in a myriad of ways. I courageously bring my ideas into actuality. Now, with the orange chakra in your romance house and the Ruin and your actual crowning energy. I'll try and... got to get the angle right. It's cold, guys. Malachite. Okay. I recognize repetitive patterns, and this is like a bit of a worry, and choose love, compassion, and kindness. Now, I think you guys may be addressing a connection at the moment. Addressing love, addressing previous energies, the way you view connections. Create healthy patterns in relationships. Connect with the sweetness of life. Maintain heart-centered awareness, which it was heart chakra as well as third eye. Get to the heart of the matter. Now, you have the Four of Wands. You're thinking about connections. Now, you're thinking about a relationship potentially, or point blank zero connections. The Ruin that you have is in the upright. That's what I mean. It's almost like you're coming through and I'm not saying you're coping with all this Mercury retrograde energy, but it does feel as though your zodiac sign, because your shadow sign is that, it's Aquarius. So you can be looking at the element of your Venus house. Currently, Aquarius is there. For a lot of you, it can mean that your connection can go to the next level this year. And let me briefly look at your chart. Yeah, home and family and things like that can be coming up. So there can be sudden circumstances changing in connections and family. And also when it does come to these circumstances, it's like, how do you bounce back, right? What's your routine? Who's doing what? Now, the Ruin that you have links to Cancer, which again is family, emotions, moon energy. It is green. You have green malachite on the table and water and earth, both emotions and a grounded frequency. Nature, nourishment, mothering, fertility, beauty, healing, growth. Esoteric, earth mother, spiritual growth and sustenance. Reversed, neglect. It's not reversed. We don't need to go there. Okay, so let's get into your read. Now, number one, I feel you guys can be reflecting back upon value systems and connections. It can be your faith. It can be the culture you're in. what the differences are in, how you see things, but what your faith was versus what's reality. Faith is something in acceptance that there is things that happen in circumstances. It's also, how do I put it? Because it's coming through, I'm probably not articulating this effectively. Good old Mercury retrograde. Now, you've got the understanding of this romantic situation. You also have value systems. It could be a little bit, where you were before, this is in the past position. Now, this could be pertaining to a romance, pertaining to a marriage, a connection, your values, how you were raised versus how they were. But you're looking back at it now, and there's something in that is a link. You're almost, and I'm going to go into a clarifier with the extension read, but I'm going to channel this energy at the moment. You do have with your chakra card, interestingly enough, a confusion relating to your third eye. Now, you may have felt that love was not present. You may feel something's out of balance, and you do have presence of love through the third eye in reverse. Now, the reason is with their energy, and again, energies can swap, a foundation related dynamic. Now, this can be what you're doing versus what they're doing. Where the action is, where the stability is, it's coming up for a reassessment. Now, what was versus what is and what's to do, but you're trying to take the healthy approach. You could be very assertive this week. Again, very intuitive. I feel you're watching somebody, and I feel that I'm looking at the eyes on this card. The card's really worn out. Probably how you're feeling at the moment. Where you're viewing this person, but they don't know what you're doing. They don't know how you're feeling inside. I am feeling a poker face energy, but it's not an intentional thing. It's an observational related thing. It's like, okay, let me see whether your actions and your words are going to match, because we do have action in reverse at the moment, where you could be testing a person at the moment. But I do feel you're really, really following your intuition in relation to this, and you're seeing whether this person is valuing your value systems, maybe if they're willing to take the connection to the next level, but really where their radar's at when it comes to dealing with you and the connection. I feel you're really not wanting to walk into something if you can feel that the vibration isn't there. So if you are directly in this connection, I do feel you're not willing to go any further until these circumstances are addressed. And I do feel some of you are also feeling maybe you made a rash judgment to do with something. So there can be two ways this can be playing out. You've either jumped in the deep end, or you felt as though you did do that in the past. And now you're wanting to really pause, take your time, view it, assess it. But there can be almost this push-pull energy that you're thinking, gosh, what have I got myself into? Now, that might have been a previous feeling and you're reflecting upon it. It doesn't have to be that it's coming through at this very given moment. Energy is fluid. I do feel sometimes you feel this person comes in and out, or is really hot and cold, where they're giving a lot and deeply passionate and then pulling back and not giving anything. And I feel it's almost like they drop it like it's hot. And then it's kind of left for you, but I don't feel you're willing to do the work for them any longer. Again, I feel this person watches your eyes and can see the distaste. And again, this can be a memory of a previous circumstance. And if you are single tuning into this individual, it's you're reflecting back upon these things, potentially. Some of it can be you're trying to drop the wounds of the past. I don't feel, you're feeling as though it's not going to serve you. You're trying to sum it up. You're trying to get back into alignment. We see the shadow in life. So sometimes we need the yin to the yang to be able to have that art of appreciation. I do feel, the way maybe you had felt, and we go through this in love, sometimes we feel when we're getting into connections, we need to be something in order to have success, right? And we can come out very passionate, but I feel you're sort of looking at it now in your consciousness, and very protective of yourself. You're very receptive at the moment to vibrations and very psychic at the moment, that you're looking at it more so from a logical point of view. You're seeing patterns. I'm seeing the notion of patterns being shown here. I do feel you're wanting a judgment at the moment, and it's almost like I'm hearing the term you've seen enough. I'm also hearing the term you can lead a horse to water but you can't make a drink. So I don't feel you're controlling the dynamic. You might have been trying to tidy things up, neutralise it, and sometimes we can walk on eggshells, but it doesn't necessarily mean that you had. How you're dealing with it now is you want a judgment. You're like, okay, you're trying to be very fair and understanding that, yes, we make mistakes, circumstances can be crosswise. You're having kindness and loving and understanding, but you also, I feel, you have this push-pull. The push-pull is coming back to that heart-centered space, but also noticing, the addictive qualities of this connection, but also the imbalances in actually addressing the circumstances at hand. You might have felt it was a family related dynamic. Ironically enough, there can be changes relating to home and family. And that can be happening throughout the year of 2021 due to the fact that we have Uranus and Taurus squaring Saturn and Aquarius. So your connections, your work, your home, those things can change, but you will have the bounce back, and it's going to cause you to have a lot of resilience. And it is a metal ox here. So even in romance, it's the work that you're putting into these areas, but also not just you. It's very first house, seventh house. And I feel you're revisiting those circumstances. So some of you are revisiting connections. Some of you are revisiting your feeling inside of connections. And I'm getting the throat chakra. But you want something out of this. It's like you want there to be a good outcome. You're willing to do the work on it, but you're wanting this person to put the work into, and I do feel it's very 50-50. Now I'm going to go deep into the extension read. If you do want to join us, I will see you on the other side. Otherwise, please stay tuned for these last messages. I'll see you during the week for the twin flame updates, as well as any other live updates I do, and the new romance reads. Love and light, guys. See you soon. Should you need a booking, you can go to the link below. Also, do bear in mind, I do live twin flame reads where you can join me to get that soul healing, as well as you do get the week by week romance and more. So I love you lots, guys. Please join us later. If you do want to watch the extension, as I mentioned, you can go to the link on the main page and it will take you directly to it. I will try and remember to place it in the video. Otherwise, I'll see you next week.